live here at John Gamble Stadium. Drew Fulton with you, along with Craig Short and Cooper Short. Gentlemen, for the past hour and 17 minutes,
wow.
I have been frantically trying to figure out what is the problem
yes.
with
You're doing
our
a great job.
setup.
Listen, I want to interrupt because I just want to say, I say this every week. People don't understand what Drew goes through to set all this stuff up. If you could have seen him scrambling for the last hour and almost a half.
We even talked to the mighty Greg Shull.
Greg Shull helped us.
Shout out Greg
brother.
Shull. What a guy.
Drew has been working like a madman up here, folks. We're sorry.
How about it?
Go ahead, Drew.
So,
I had to give you props.
Well, we had anticipation of bringing you the JV portion of this scrimmage, but that did not happen. But both Craig and Cooper, by the way, we'll talk to you in a minute. Thank you so much for filling the big shoes.
Thanks
of
for the
Lamont.
invite. Thanks for the invite.
But while the varsity teams warm up before their 2-quarter scrimmage, just go through and tell them a little bit about what we saw in the JV earlier.
Yeah, and I'll let Cooper chime in also. What I saw, they did a more of a controlled scrimmage, 10 plays on offense, 10 plays on defense. I think both teams ended up getting 3 series apiece on each. I saw that we outscored West Iredell 3-0, or 3 touchdowns to none. No special teams, not allowed that in the early scrimmages. That was the first scrimmage for the JV. Saw a lot of good things up front. I thought the OL looked decent and played very hard. I thought our running back, we don't have a roster with their real numbers, so I'm having to go by number. The running back, one of the running backs, number 4, had a really good night. The quarterback looked sharp. I thought that our defense played. Cooper, you could talk to that. I thought the defense flew around and did a really good job stopping what West Iredell was trying.
Yeah, man, defense did a really good job. Defense did a really good job taking down the outside run. They really were not able to run much outside the tackle. They got a little leaky up the middle, closer to the end of the scrimmage. But, yeah, for the most part, they put a lot of pressure on the quarterback. They did a really good job of kind of keeping everything behind the line of scrimmage. They were flying around. I mean, we even made mention about 30 minutes into the 40, even the kids that had come in that are probably B team were still getting after and doing a good job, kind of minding their gaps. So, yeah, overall I thought they did a pretty good job, and they seemed kind of ready. I think that's probably the biggest thing that stuck out to me was they looked like they were ready to play football, which is good because they play a game in about a week.
That's right, and a week from yesterday. And I will say what I was impressed with was the way they flew around. They moved around. You could tell they were anxious and ready to play. So that was really impressive to see that.
Yeah, and QB1, you're right. We don't have a roster, so we don't know his name. But QB1 looked really sharp. He could throw the ball across the field, and he looked like he doesn't weigh 100 pounds soaking web.
Right.
Man, he's got a good ball. They did a really good job with that.
We even had a couple of good passes that he had that were almost completions. A receiver dropped one that was late, but it was okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Looked pretty good.
Yeah, agree.
Well, guys, let's take a quick break. Thanks to some of our sponsors, KMHS Sports here, brought to you by the Kings Mountain Touchdown Club. Hey, we'll be back here in about 30 seconds. Stay with us.
KMHS Sports is brought to you by Christie Sellers with Allen Tate Realtors, JWH Contracting, Carter Bank and Trust, John Gamble and Carolina Golf, The Venue at Turkey Ridge, Butler Tire and Auto Service, KMHS Sports is brought to you by Innovative Pool Design, Long Branch Land and Water, Brittany Austin and Company, Carolina Elite Plumbing Services, Brad Moffitt with Carolina Chiropractic, and Flooring America.
Back here live at John Gamble Stadium, getting ready for the varsity matchup between the West Iredell Warriors and your own Kings Mountain Mountaineers. Guys, just briefly, we kick off the season next week, of course, home here at Shelby, and really looking forward to that game. There's some great games going on week 1. Hunter Huss at T.C. Robertson, going up to the mountains for the Huskies. Forest View at Stuart Kramer. North Gaston, East Gaston. That's all. You've been in the Gaston County side. How big is that rivalry there?
It's really big, actually, and I think both of those teams are kind of equal. So I'm sure both of them will want to start off very strong.
And Crest and Burns, of course, county rivals next week. That should be a good game. Hickory at South Point. Now this could be a bar burner.
Yes, I agree. It's gonna, Hickory. We talked about this in the preseason show. Hickory lost a lot off that state championship from 2 years ago. Like they made a run last year, of course, but their JV was undefeated. So we're going to see that. Can they stop the triple option? I think it'll show us a lot about South Point. We know how good they're going to be.
Looking down the list, West Lincoln at North Lincoln. Now, is this another county rivalry?
That's a county rivalry, and they're not in the –
I know they're both in the county. But,
I see what you're saying. And what's interesting, because they're not in the conference together anymore, it's kind of like it is here with us. They've got to play that game very early, like Crest playing Burns and us playing Shelby in the first week.
St. Stephen's at Bandy's, that should be a rivalry as well.
That is a rivalry game, yep. And again, you're seeing what you're seeing is something I told Cooper earlier, with the way they've done this realignment and the conferences being – a lot of the conferences are bigger now. The 7 to 8 teams in them, so most teams only can play 2 non-conference games, so they're having to get big games up front right at the beginning.
Bessemer City at Pine Lake Prep, Cherryville at North Stokes, Lincoln Charter at Highland Tech. Lincoln.
Hang on, Drew.
Okay.
That's the first team Lincoln Charter has had. This is their first season. Lincoln Charter obviously is a charter school. They've just started their football program. Coach Mike Bias, I think, is the AD there and might be the coach who was at East Lincoln and won a state championship there. So this is Lincoln Charter's first year of football. Sorry. Want to make sure I said that.
Dallas, North Carolina.
Moving down, Maiden and Lincolnton.
That's a big one. That's a huge one because they are big rivals.
Blacksburg at Ware Shoals. I think we asked this last year. Where exactly is Ware Shoals at?
I couldn't tell you, Drew, where it is geographically on a map. I just know that I have some very dear friends that are from there. And let me just tell you, it is not close, but it is in the great state of South Carolina. Shout out Jackson Boland, certified punter of the Presbyterian College Blue Hose.
I will tell you, it is south of Blacksburg, southeast, going down toward Columbia. It's a hike. It's a little bit of a ways. It's a really small school. So that's one that they hope they can get.
Moving down the list, Independence at Gaffney. Now, we did see a resurgence of Independence, I think, last year.
Yes.
Will this be a good matchup?
I will say this, I think if it's the team from last year, if Independence is returning a good bit from that team, yes. Gaffney, as we all know, is loaded again. They are absolutely stacked. So it's going to be interesting to see.
And West Meck at Ashbrook. I don't know much about West Meck. Will that be a good marker for the Ashbrook team coming up?
I don't think so. West Meck has been down pretty much the last few years, and so I think that ought to be a rather easy one for Ashbrook.
And then Clover and Chambers. I don't know where Chambers is either.
It's over at off of Harris Boulevard in Charlotte near IBM, and it used to be Vance High School.
Yeah, that's right.
And
they got some sweet uniforms. Not really super relevant to the conversation, but they do have some sweet unis.
Well, mascots and uniforms are always relevant.
That's right.
So I would say Clover's a 6'8", 5'8" team in South Carolina. They play, with Gaffney and Spartanburg and those teams. I'm sure they're good, but I don't know what Chambers has coming back. Years past, they've been very strong.
Let's look at
you look at their schedule from last year.
Yeah, just go through the schedule for West Iredell, the team we're about to see tonight.
Right. So I will say, they started strong. They lost to Community School of Davidson, but then they knocked off 2 wins against West Caldwell and West Wilkes. But they played in the conference. It's basically the same one they're playing this year. They lost, unfortunately for them, they lost 8 in a row. but they played the likes, of Hickory and Statesville and East Lincoln.
These
and
are all
North Lincoln
playoff teams.
Very much.
All playoff
and
teams.
North Lincoln made it to the semifinals. So, you're talking about a team that had to run a gauntlet. What is one of their big rivals, Fred T. Ford, that played in the last game of the season, lost in overtime 53-52. So I know they're looking to be better this year from what I'm hearing from the coaches and from just a little bit of scouting I've done. Supposedly they've got a really good running back and quarterback, Coop, and so I think they'll be they're doing well and will do well. With trying to get it loose. From what I'm hearing, the coach has said this is a year that they feel talented. However, it's kind of like it is with us. They play in a really, really tough conference. Yeah. I think this will be a good measuring stick for them as well.
Well, to coin a phrase from Kirk Herbstreit, I'm using the eye test here from the press box at John Gamble Stadium. And I will say they do seem to be very lean, very tall. Got a lot of kids that look like they run really well. Got a lot of kids that look like they may be a little bit baby-faced. So I think they are going to be very similar to us. Probably have some kids that are young playing both sides of the ball. Both their quarterbacks were throwing. They look pretty good. They've got a righty and a lefty. Not really sure who the starter is quite yet. So they've got, kind of a dual threat there. But, yeah, you're probably right. When you look at this schedule, I distinctly remember multiple of these teams. East Lincoln played us. I remember multiple of these teams making some sort of a run in the playoffs. So not always easy. Somebody's got to take the losses, and unfortunately West Iredell did that last year, but hopefully they can bounce back.
Yeah, well, if you look at their conference schedule, their schedule this year, they open up next Friday at East Burke, and then they follow that with North Iredell. And then, like almost every other team, they start the conference in week 3. They go to Ford, which they played last year, and then back-to-back they play North Lincoln and Maiden. Very two tough games based on last year's conference. And then they have an open date. Then it gets no easier starting in the first week of October. They go to East Lincoln, and then they follow that with Hickory and Newton Conover, Bandy's at Bunker Hill. So you can see, our fans know what was 2A, that they're now 3A. Those teams, except for Hickory and East Lincoln, were all really good in 2A football,
correct,
and that's going to be a tough road to hoe.
It is.
Well, guys, let's take a break. When we come back, we'll finish getting ready for this varsity scrimmage. Stay with us. KMHS Sports, presentation of the Kings Mountain Touchdown Club. Back after this.
KMHS Sports is brought to you by Pinpoint Fence, the Kings Mountain Optimist, M&T Plumbing, TC Mechanical, The Gutter Guys, and Butler Outdoor Design. KMHS Sports is brought to you by Christie Sellers with Allen Tate Realtors, JWH Contracting, Carter Bank and Trust, John Gamble and Carolina Golf, The Venue at Turkey Ridge, Butler Tire and Auto Service.
Back here live at John Gamble Stadium, getting ready for a scrimmage, and this is kind of our scrimmage of sorts as well. And while we get ready, the kids are out there still stretching, getting ready for 2 quarters of high school football. Cooper Short stepped in with us today.
Yes,
we
sir.
had Lamont Littlejohn had to be out of town, and we knocked on Cooper's door, and he was willing to come sit in the booth with us. Cooper, you played on this Mountaineer squad.
I did.
Left here, went to Presbyterian. My big question is, what is a blue hoe, and do I need it?
So that's a great question, Drew. It's a common mistake to think that hose is plural of hoe.
Do I need it?
Presbyterian College. Presbyterian
know.
College historically was the blue stockings. They decided that was lame at some point, some time ago. They decided to change it to the blue hose, sort of reminiscent of the word pantyhose, as in wear blue stockings. I will say it is a travesty. I played for Coach Tommy Spengler Love Coach Spengler. We unfortunately never wore blue socks. It feels like kind of a dramatic oversight in the history of Presbyterian college sports. He claimed he didn't like blue socks much, so we never really wore them. But yeah, blue hose, singular, to set of blue stockings, and our mascot was a Scottish warrior.
Which was actually pretty cool.
It was pretty cool. Looked like Braveheart, yeah.
Well, guys, we've got 2 quarters of scrimmage football coming at you. The Mountaineers and the West Iredell Warriors. Now, I am noticing the Mountaineers, I believe, will be wearing jerseys. They'll have numbers on it. However, the Warriors will not. So if we don't tell you who's on the carry, we have no idea.
Yeah.
I do have their roster. I just without numbers, it's going to be hard to track them in. But it'll give you a good idea, especially on our guys. I mean, I'm glad. I hope we've got maybe some fans from West Iredell tuning in to us. Our Mountaineer broadcast here. We just will not be able to give you many names off your squad.
Yes, we are sorry about that. I was looking over here around the corner. We'll be able to tell you who's describe the runner of the bigger. I'm watching one young man walk behind their warm-up line who looks like a very, very impressive player. I agree with what Cooper said a moment ago. They look very tall, very long. Their running back, who is in the backfield, is a big running back. He looks very solid. He's probably going to be a problem. They said he's really good. The quarterback's good. They look athletic. That's for sure. I think they returned. If I look based on the classes that they've got listed here, there are several juniors and seniors on the team. I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm counting 12, 13 seniors on a roster that we've got that's only probably got what, Cooper, 20-something players?
Yeah, something like that.
So it's a very veteran team, I'd say.
Now, we've got a roster of 50 this year as we start off with. As we go through the year, a lot of times that changes, 1 or 2, 3 players, maybe a game or 2 down the road, up or down. And some of those 50 may be the 7 or 8 quarter.
You
quarter.
Get 8 guys.
And is that still in the rule?
It is in the rule. And what's interesting, Drew, I think we've talked about this before, a quarter is literally a play. If they step on the field for a play, like if we throw them out there for a kickoff or a punt, or they've got somebody's helmet messes up and they have to throw in, the guy to cover him, then that's a quarter, and you have to eventually make a decision. I will say something that's interesting to me in working in South Carolina. As big as football is down there, they don't have an 8-quarter rule. And almost all the coaches want one, but they don't have one down there. But yes.
So basically if you're going to play a kid, you need to play a kid so as not to burn the quarters.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Looks like we've got about 16 minutes left before we get started here. We'll take another break. Stay with us. It's kind of the Mountaineer pregame show. We'll take a break, and we'll be right back right after this.
The KMHS Sports Pregame is brought to you by Kimberly Spicer, attorney at law and CPA. HSI Land Development. Bridges Hardware. .135 Real Estate. Horge Container Service. Hoppers Enterprise. Spake Concrete Products. Cody Barrett DDS. And Sky Country Transportation Services. KMHS Sports is brought to you by Pinpoint Fence, the Kings Mountain Optimist, M&T Plumbing, TC Mechanical, The Gutter Guys, and Butler Outdoor Design.
Back here live, John Gamble Stadium, Drew Fulton, Craig Short, Cooper Short. I'm going to have to buy a couple more headsets when we get the rest of the Shorty crew up here. I don't know if we can get Missy.
I don't know if you want to do that. There sure are a lot of them, and there's one more on the way, so it's going to be a lot of headsets.
That's right. I got another grandbaby coming in January, the good Lord willing, thanks to
right.
Cooper and Sydney Kate. Hey, I do want to say we love David and Marie Brinkley for all the things that they do for this program and this school and this community. But one thing I got to do, I got to give David Brinkley a shout-out. He just sent me a text message. He is a walking atlas. He just told me that Ware Shoals is in Greenwood, South Carolina. So shout-out to David Brinkley.
How about that?
For using Google Maps or for pulling it out.
Which
of
we
his
could
head.
have totally done, but we just chose not to.
Did not do Google
I'm
Maps.
sure
He's probably been there.
He's probably either been there or probably, honestly, because we know the brains behind the operation really is Marie. I mean, let's be honest. So I'm sure he looked at Marie and said, hey, Marie, you ever heard of Ware Shoals? And she said, yes, it's in Greenwood, South Carolina. Immediately. She probably immediately said that. So, David, I mean, I tried to give you credit, but then the more I thought about it, it's probably Marie. So there you go.
And while we're talking about David and Marie Brinkley, we would like to, at this time, invite you to join our Touchdown Club.
Yes, we would.
And with that message, Craig, I'm going to let you take it.
I love to talk about the Touchdown Club. This is one of my favorite things to do each week, and to do it on the Coaches Show as well. Remember the Touchdown Club. Hey, we just had a kickoff for it this past week, and it is open now to register. You can go to kmtouchdownclub.com and register. You can see one of us. You can see Coach Kevin Cruz, the athletic director, who's walking down the field right now. You can see David and Marie. They are here at every home game set up, selling programs and other things. Please join the Kings Mountain Touchdown Club, because not only are you going to help this community, you're going to help the school and the young people that are here, because I tell you every single week, I know you've heard me say it a lot, the Kings Mountain Touchdown Club supports everything Kings Mountain Mountaineer, whether it be athletics, academics, whatever. They do it, and they are good for it. So the money and the time you give is for a good cause, because it goes to our school, and we would appreciate you joining. If you're not in already, and for those of you that are already in, thank you so much for your time and your money and your other resources. kmtouchdownclub.com. Please join.
That's a pretty good plug. Now give us a plug about the YouTube channel.
Yes, sir. Let's make sure we join the YouTube. Several of you are watching, I'm sure, tonight that are Kings Mountain fans. And even if you're not a Kings Mountain fan and you want to join it, please subscribe to our channel. The more subscriptions we have, the more it helps us. We're not making money off of it. We're not monetized for us, but we would appreciate you joining and liking and subscribing, because not only will you have access to the KM Athletics, you will have access to the Coaches Show that comes on Monday nights. And
speaking of which, our first Coaches Show will be a week from this Monday following the Shelby game. We did this last year.
We did.
There's not, it's Shelby Kings Mountain. There's not a whole lot of pre-game, let's talk about it.
Correct.
If we did that, it would have been a 5-minute show.
Right.
So, but there's going to be a lot more to talk about after the game. So we're going to kick off our Coaches Show coming up a week from this Monday, starring your host,
Straight Heron.
No, the host.
I'm just kidding. Craig Short. I'll be hosting. And Coach Heron. And Drew is always behind the controls, and we really like it when you come. We get to ask Coach a lot of questions. And we might add a couple of extra things this year. Drew's kicking around an idea about looking at honoring a player or two. And we always get to give a player of the week on every side of the ball, or every part of the position. I can't even talk.
Every personnel group, offense, defense, and special teams. There you go.
My son bailed me out.
Got to give love to the special teams, man.
Yes, you do.
Kickers are people too,
Yes, they are. They're very much important. But yes, please subscribe. Going back to what we were saying, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, which is also made possible by the Kings Mountain Touchdown Club. So it all works together, and we would love to have you join and subscribe to KM Sports on YouTube.
And if you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm over here killing ants.
Yeah, we got to make sure we put a call in to spray, because we've been attacked by ants up here.
Yeah. Got bit between the toes. Not all that pleasant, but I'm making it. I'm surviving.
Cooper's first experience on air, and he wears Chacos.
Hey, look, man, I'm secure. I'm secure.
Probably the last meal that ant ever ate.
That's very true.
Well, let's take a break. When we be back, we'll have a few minutes ready right before kickoff of this scrimmage here at home. Stay with us. More KMHS Sports to come right after this message.
The KMHS Sports pregame is brought to you by Kimberly Spicer, attorney at law and CPA. HSI Land Development, Bridges Hardware, .135 Real Estate, Horge Container Service, Hoppers Enterprise, Spake Concrete Products, Cody Barrett DDS, and Sky Country Transportation Services.
Back here live, John Gamble Stadium, getting ready for the Warriors and the Mountaineers to give you 2 quarters of preseason football. Our second scrimmage. They've had several 7-on-7s this year, but this is our second actual live scrimmage. Of course, last week at Gardner Webb University with the
We went against
Jamboree.
Yep, and went against Monroe. Did you just say preseason?
Preseason.
I don't know that I've ever heard that before. You just created something. I like that.
Yeah.
Preseason.
It's something new I'm trying to float around.
I like it. But yes, Drew, you and I did not get to go to that scrimmage last week, but thanks to Lamont, he kept us up to date.
Well, that, and I went back and looked at a lot of game film, and what I saw is, Lamont was right. There was a lot of pregame jitters on Mountaineer side. They settled into it a little bit later, and they moved the ball.
Yeah.
They moved the ball. They had a lot of missed opportunities and errors that I think are very easily correctable.
Yeah.
There was a lot of routes that were run incorrectly. There were a couple of routes that were for big gains, but they were run wrong. There was some protection issues, things that I think that in 2 weeks of football and 2 weeks of practice they can correct. So my takeaway was that we didn't have a great showing, but I believe there's enough there to work with to get us to week 1.
And I want to ask Coop. I mean, I coached in some of the jamborees, but you as a player, you played in 4 of them.
Yeah.
So tell me what it's like. I know what it's like as a player, because I played and I coached. But I mean, the Cleveland County Jamboree always seems to be a big deal, much bigger. So what's it like?
It is. The Jamboree is a lot of pressure. I think it does a really good job of actually simulating game pressure because it's such a big event in our county. We're such a football-driven county for it to be, presumably your first or your second scrimmage of the year. You've got thousands of people at the game. There's lots of cheering. There's lots of pomp and circumstance. You get to wear your game uniforms. You get to go through the warm-up. You get to play kind of stereotypical rules. It does a really good job of actually simulating real football. Lots of teams and lots of places scrimmage. When I was coaching at Western Alamance High School, we used to scrimmage, but we never really got to simulate game in the same way that the environment of the Jamboree simulates game. And, everybody from the county is there. All your friends are there. All of your families are there. Everybody's there for several hours. It kind of feels like the county fair meets football. And so, it's kind of a big deal. Ton of fun. Grateful I got to play in 4 of them. I actually got to play my first one at Gardner Webb.
Gardner Webb, yeah.
First time I got to play on a turf field. It was 185,000 degrees. But our kids at Kings Mountain are used to it now because they're playing on a turf field. I'm from the olden days. I played on grass. Pros and cons.
Well, what I like that Cleveland County's been able to accomplish, you go and look at a lot of other, and I'm not calling any of them out, you go and look at a lot of other counties and different areas that do jamborees like we do, and you end up with 1 or 2, 5-star team, 1 3-star team, 4 or 5 1-star teams, playing against each other. And it's just not as quality as I think Cleveland County puts together. I mean, Cleveland County has 8 schools that could very well vie for a championship in their divisions.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, that's right. That's a good take.
I agree.
That's a good take.
That's, and the thing is, like we said before that scrimmage, Drew, that's another reason why teams want to come and play in it. They, you saw last week, I think South Mex down. I mean, I'm not taking anything away from Shelby because from what I heard, they absolutely dominated. However, South Meck typically is a rather strong team in Charlotte Meck. Where I'm going with that is the Cleveland County Jamboree attracts good teams. So we know our 4 teams from the county are going to play quality opponents.
And over the years, there have been some absolute dogs rotate through the Cleveland County Jamboree.
Yes.
So, yeah, it's the place to be, man. It's the place to be.
Well, speaking of rotating in talent, right behind us stands
Good patter
The
familiar.
lead way
Jeff
in.
Johnson.
Wait, we don't hear you yet.
You should be on there. Is it turned up?
Look at this.
There you go.
AV guy can't use a mic.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Come on, Jeff. Nope.
No?
Trust us when we say Jeff Johnson is in the building. He's right behind me.
Shout out to Tagovailoa.
Check. Coming through.
Yeah, I hear you now.
Can you hear me now?
I can
Oh,
hear you
yes,
now.
sir.
Hey, this is why we're working this out tonight and
That's
not
right.
next week at
This
Shelby.
is our scrim image. Yeah, agree.
Good to be up here with you guys. I don't know what it's like being up in the booth. This is how the other half lives, I
Yes,
guess.
it is.
That's right, it is. Yeah, with all this AC.
I'm
that
gonna
we
head down to
have.
the field. I
Yes,
just wanted to
please
say
do.
quick hello. Looking forward to the season.
That's right.
Well, looks like we're getting ready to kick off this matchup. Jeff, thank you so much. We'll see you next week, next Sunday. Well, we'll see you next Sunday, but we'll see you next Friday here at John Gamble for Kings Mountain and
Shelby.
They're getting ready to kick off. Kings Mountain will kick off to the Warriors first. Hey, let's slide a break in. We'll be right back right after this.
KMHS Sports is brought to you by Christie Sellers with Allen Tate Realtors, JWH Contracting, Carter Bank and Trust, John Gamble and Carolina Golf, the venue at Turkey Ridge, Butler Tire and Auto Service.
Back here live at John Gamble with the wash spray. Set.
We are using wasp spray to kill ants because we're all getting bit. Listen, the links at which we go to broadcast Kings Mountain High School football.
You can say a lot of things about us, but
at
lack
least
of
it's-
commitment's not one of
That's
them.
exactly
At
right.
least it's not fire ants.
That's true.
exactly right.
So
At least we sure hope not.
Well, we hope not, but there's some kind of ants that bite because they're getting us. Now, Drew's fan is getting in our microphone's getting in the fan. This is awesome. Yeah, this is awesome. Oh, there's one ant. I'm gonna kill that one. This is what I'm talking about. This is great stuff right here.
this is the stuff that Little John misses.
This is living right here. All right, Coop, you can move down now. I'll take Lamont's stool back here.
We can't wait till next season. Kings Mountain Touchdown Club, big campaign drive for our new improvements here at John Gamble, which will include a press box.
Yes.
Ant-free.
Ant-free.
I've already been assured that it's ant-free.
An antless press box.
You know, I don't know where Lamont is, but he's missing it.
Yep, they were waiting for the clock to go all the way down to 0.
We're getting ready to kick off.
We're getting ready to kick off this 2 quarters of action here with the Mountaineers and the Warriors. I'll say it again, just not any numbers on the Warriors. They're wearing their practice jerseys, so we can't call their numbers. We'll try to give you all the information on the Mountaineers that we can.
Vance Johnson kicking off. Down to the 10, or just maybe the 8.
Around the 20, trying to get past the 25, right to the 22-yard line. And it kind of surprised me that was a live run back.
Yeah, I think they changed the rule, and I'd have to double-check. I'm not sure. Terry could probably tell us if he went to a rules meeting or knows guys that are officiating. I think you can do live in the second scrimmage. Live special teams.
Interesting rule. Terry's a certified ball knower. He'll let us know.
He'll know.
Yeah.
A certified ball knower. Interesting.
Pistol set. 20 personnel.
Across the line of scrimmage over the left side, he'll pick up maybe 1 or 2, but not too many. The front 4 for Kings Mountain, very stout gentlemen. And they're going to stop a lot of running backs this season, I believe, for the Mountaineers.
Yeah. Of course, we've got Sumerian returning. He played a lot. Obviously, everybody knows about Samaj. A huge plus to have him back. Wiley Rainey starting at defensive end here on the left side. A solid player. Jordan Littlejohn, the left defensive tackle. So, yeah, I agree with you, Drew. And I think our front seven are strong. And I really think our defense overall is. We're just a little bit young in the backfield. Good pursuit right there. Got a lot of black shirts to the ball.
Trying to get outside the tackle box. He'll do it, maybe pick up a yard, bring up third down, and still probably about 6 for the Warriors.
I know it's only the second play, but what you're looking at right there and what our fans will love to see is what I was alluding to, the pursuit to the ball. We didn't have any guys upfield. We had guys right on the line of scrimmage. Linebackers got a quick read and got over to it.
Is the philosophy still true that the defense is a lot quicker
to learn?
Lot quicker to learn?
Yes.
In the beginning of the season than the offense.
Yes. Offense is tough to learn.
Quarterback run for his life. He'll get run out of bounds right around the line of scrimmage. So it'll bring up 4th down and in Warriors territory. So we'll get to see the West Iredell punt team come out.
To your point, Drew, defense can be tough when you're talking about whatever coverages you're playing, learning your blitzes, your fronts and stunts. But that's it. I mean, offenses have what they run, and they run it usually out of multiple formations, and there's blocking schemes, and there's things. So when it's just more difficult to learn it. It takes longer. And then also when you've got a lot of youth like we do, it's a tough thing.
Messed up snap, and he'll fall on the ball. Mountaineers will take over there. I was about to tell you that Xavier Hutchins was back deep, but he did not get a chance to play that particular go-round. So the Mountaineers will take over in excellent field position, 1st and 10, about the 17-yard line, and we'll get to see our first glimpse of the 2025 Mountaineer offense against this Warrior defense tonight. KJ Bell, of course, comes in at quarterback. Sophomore. Bright future with that kid. Already promised a job. Snap goes over his head. Going to try to recover the ball. He'll pick it up and try to get a little of it back. Bring up 2nd and a very long.
Jarlin did a great job there. Jarlin Dry, our running back, being heads up. I mean, we know that snap was high because KJ is very tall. He's 6'4". We'll settle down right here.
Got trips to the far side, one single receiver this side. Bell rolls out, looks for his receiver, finds one, looks like a completion.
Kavion Byers on the no, sorry, I had that wrong. That's Devin Hopper on the receive.
He'll pick up
end.
Maybe 12. No. I guess they're going to say he trapped the ball. Incomplete pass. Looked good to me, but a couple hundred feet away from it.
Yeah.
3rd and a bus ride. Bell calls the signals and change protection. Trips to this close side. Passing attempt. Bell rolls back. Empty backfield. He throws it deep. Got a man open. Just overthrown. Bring up 4th down. Trying to get it to Isaiah Branch.
Looks like we're sitting on the punt team. Going to try to pin them deep, I would assume, here. Good call.
Been a whole season. I've got to look around and try to find my binoculars. I don't know what I did with them.
Packed them up so well you can't
I think
find
my
them.
daughter hit them.
You're showing your age, Drew.
What, with binoculars?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh. Go in the end zone. It'll be a touchback. They'll bring it up to the 25. 1st and 10 for the Warriors. I told my daughter she had to come, but I promised her Waffle House after this.
There you go.
She's good with the chicken sandwich.
Let me tell you, this is not football related, but I had Waffle House today in Dallas, North Carolina, and my waffle had a Waffle House branded stamp in the middle. They are moving on up.
Well, you can't hide money. You got to pay extra for that.
That's true. That's true. What can I say? I work hard for that money.
Warrior offense will come back up to the line. 1st and 10 from the 20. Back to throw. Finds an open receiver. He'll pick up maybe 11 or 12 on the carry. They'll give him 12. 1st and 10. That'll be the first down for the Warriors this evening. What is the ride? What's the distance between here and West Iredell?
I don't know.
They did for a scrimmage. I mean, they did bring a few fans with them.
They did on the Friday
for a
night.
scrimmage.
Cooper's going to check that.
West Iredell High School, 44 miles.
As the crow flies.
And it's telling me you basically go through 21 down 40, looks like. 1 hour and 8 minutes. 68 miles.
So on a bus, that's 2
road.
hours.
Yeah, pretty much.
Quick whistles.
False start. So unable to capitalize on that botched snap that West Iredell had with that overhead snap on the first play hurt us, but that's okay.
Yeah.
That's why you're doing this right now. You're trying to get that stuff worked out.
Yeah, it's true.
And finding our rhythm and our timing. I thought KJ threw the ball very well.
Yeah, he did.
I'm with you, Drew. I still think that pass, of course, we're way up here. Looked like a completion to me.
Still 1st and 5 for the Warriors.
Coming off the edge.
Right up the middle. Nowhere to go. Might have lost a yard. Blitz was coming for the Mountaineers.
Yeah, Samaj was coming from the top off the edge right there.
So we'll call it 2nd and a long 4.
7 on the play clock. See if they get it off. They drew us off.
They're going to draw on the Mountaineers off sides. That's a free 1st down. 1st and 10 for the Warriors. I can hear Carol from here. Several of these Mountaineers already either looking towards the future with college offers. Some of them have already signed college offers. Cooper, tell us a little bit about. We've asked this of several different people. Give us your impression of the quality. Well, the strength moving from high school to college. The differences, the speed.
Oh man, difference major. Everybody's bigger, everybody's faster, everybody knows ball a little bit better. I mean, you have to imagine, right? You take kind of an average high school like us, and you've got a handful of kids that get the chance to play at the next level, which is a huge privilege. In college, even though it sounds obvious to say this, everybody's playing at the next level. So everybody is an all-conference player. Everybody is a former state champion. Everybody was the best in their position group. And so you also have at least, 100 to 125% more guys on a college roster. You go from being on a team of 50 to a team of 125. I mean, I was 6'2", 270 when I showed up, and I was one of the smallest guys on the team. Let's just put it that way. So,
quick throw, but quickly brought down. He'll gain maybe 3 yards.
That's great coverage on the screen right there. They lured us in pretty good, but then we had Christian Jarrett, a sophomore, on the tackle. He played that perfectly.
That might have been the biggest pulling guard I've ever seen. For the Warriors.
That left tackle they got out there is large.
I can just probably, with his roster, pick out exactly who that is.
Even though it don't have a number. Yeah.
20 personnel again in pistol.
Motion in the backfield, backwards pass.
Quick pass, still nowhere to go. He's going to
okay.
lose a yard or two.
I was just getting ready to say it seems that they favor their left side, probably has something to do with the boundary, but as soon as I was about to say that, they throw a swing back to the field.
Good observation.
It's a big third down play for the Mountaineer defense right here. I don't have weights and numbers on all of them, but the Warriors did show up tonight with a pretty good size offensive line.
Yeah.
I'm going to go that it's Demarion Davidson, a senior who is 6'4". I don't have his weight, but I got his height, and he's out there at that left tackle.
He looks 6'4" from here.
Yeah.
Back to pass once again for the Warriors. He's scrambling, looking for a receiver, just going to throw it away, get rid of the ball. And that brings up a fourth. We'll call it 13. So the punt team for the Warriors will come back on. Turned out to be a really nice evening here at John Gamble. Very warm and humid earlier, but it's cooled off a little bit now with the cloud cover.
Good snap.
Going to get the punt off this time. It's really low. They're going to try to just stay away from it, down it around the 17-yard line, first and 17-yard line, first and 10 for the Mountaineers. Going the other way. We'll take a break. Stay with us. More Mountaineer football to come right after this.
KMHS Sports is brought to you by Christie Sellers with Allen Tate Realtors, JWH Contracting, Carter Bank and Trust, John Gamble and Carolina Golf, the venue at Turkey Ridge, Butler Tire and Auto Service.
Mountaineers on the run again. Big carry for the Mountaineers.
Great.
Across the 35 to about the 37-yard line, and that's number 20.
Dyer. Coach Drew, we ran a G-trap right there, and Dry, excuse me, not Dyer. Dry, I apologize, Jarlin Dry. He followed his block great, got up in the hole, and then he made some stuff happen at the second level. Great hard run. Split backs.
Now handed to the first back. He'll get stopped right up the middle. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, and they might give him a yard just to be nice about it, but no further than that.
Good play by the defense right there. That was Kareem Coleman, a junior, on the carry.
I did see a lot of double back formations in our play sheets this year.
Put your foot in the ground. There you go.
Around the right side, looking for a hole. Might turn the corner and does across the 50, and he's going to get run out of bounds.
Another great run by Dry. Drew, what I liked right there, and Cooper, you can speak to it as well, what I liked is the patience he had in his running game or his run. He let his lineman get in front of him, and he got his foot in the ground at the right time and turned it up.
Yeah, that was a high IQ play. He did a really good job of keeping his momentum, kind of moving laterally, but he's also watching the defense. And so he's actually letting the defense tell him where he wants to go on top of his blockers. You never necessarily want your running back to take a second turn, but it looks like he's got the speed to do it. That was a high IQ play.
Just changed white hats, so they stopped it a minute. Officials have to get their scrimmage hours in too. So
scrimmage.
Oh, I thought maybe the hat was just dirty. He had to put on a new one.
That's a good
good ball.
I've seen that happen, actually. I've seen them have to change it out. I've actually seen a non-white hat be a white hat when they didn't have enough officials or one go down. That's a great play underneath right there. Good call.
Really was.
That's good 5 or 6 yards.
Yeah, look, if they're going to play soft like that, you make them move up.
Yeah.
2nd and 5. Mountaineers. quick whistles.
Oh, his back flaps. His back flaps loose.
I had the same problem.
I think you need to wear a back flap when you.
Oh, I thought it said back fat. Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. I apologize.
I was going to say you were going to wear.
Then I do not have that problem.
I said you're going to wear a back flap when you and Lamont race, and aren't we going to do that this year?
I think that is on the schedule.
Screen.
Well, screen play.
Oh, get out of the way.
Not able to come up with it. I believe it was intended for Branch.
It was. Colt Dixon was out a little too far. Branch didn't get down underneath. Got 3rd and 5. Okay, there we go. I was going to say reset it.
Make sure you make plans next Friday night, a week from tonight, to be here in person at John Gamble Stadium. Mountaineers and the Lions. Straight up the middle. Not going to give him much on that one. Kareem Coleman on the carry.
Bring on the punt team.
4th down.
That's 2 great stops on 2 consecutive drives by the West Iredell defense.
You know, and as a coach, I know it's a scrimmage game, and you don't want to put too much out there. But in a normal situation, I would not be opposed for going for it right here, especially as well as your defensive play.
Sure.
Yeah,
that's a good take.
And looks like it's going to go out of bounds on the other side of the 20-yard line somewhere.
About the 18.
Well, he keeps walking. He's going to walk all the way up to the 21-yard line.
Yeah,
so
that was
1st and 10, 20-yard line for the Warriors. Back to Shelby next week. We should have a pretty good crowd here. The weather should be good. We'll be here. The first 500 will get free rally towels as they come through the gate. We've got some brand new lickety-loose T-shirts to be thrown out to the crowd. We'll have student section games. It will be a great, fun-filled environment for you to come out to watch high school football next Friday night here at John Gamble.
We've got a good crowd here tonight for it to be a scrimmage.
Oh, intercepted. Number 4 walks it in.
Wow.
Man.
David Ingram. He's talking about being in the right place at the right time. That's a great job.
Yep. Distraction drill. He's good. He's good at the distraction drill.
So as a quarterback, let me get into some of the nuts and bolts of this. As a quarterback that throws an interception, I know you're supposed to have a very short-term memory, so you go out there and compete and forget about that.
Yeah.
But how hard is that to do?
It's difficult, but I'm going to tell you, on one like that's not – I mean, it was overthrown, but he also it should have been overthrown and out of bounds or on the ground. I mean, that was just a freak play, against him, but in our favor. That's good heads up by our DB. But you're right. You gotta say you gotta let it go, but it's tough.
Kick is up. Kick looks good to me, and it is. We'll take a break. We'll be back. Mountaineers lead 7-0 over West Iredell. Stay with us. More to come right after this.
KMHS Sports is brought to you by Innovative Pool Design, Long Branch Land and Water, Brittany Austin and Company, Carolina Elite Plumbing Services, Brad Moffitt with Carolina Chiropractic, and Flooring America.
Back here, Mountaineers put 7 on the board in the first quarter of this scrimmage here with the Warriors and the Mountaineers. Kings Mountain will get ready to kick back off. Vance Johnson to do the duties for the Mountaineers.
Just got bit by another ant. There's a end of the first quarter ant update. Got bit on the thigh by another ant. We're fighting demons up here in the booth.
Well, I did see before I got here, I did see a couple of Shelby fans leaving the stadium, so they could have put some ants in our press box.
Somebody dropped a farm off. They dropped a farm off.
That could be the case. Could be. I don't have any evidence of that.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, they're
No, we
pretty
joke.
They're pretty tough ants because if they survive the heat in this box, then they're tougher than we are.
That is correct.
It's hot in here.
They're radioactive ants.
I think when you sprayed them with the wasp spray, you just made them.
Probably so. Just tick
Vance
them
Johnson kicks it deep.
Oh.
Going to return it around the 3-yard line up to the 10. He's going to take a double step to the 15. And the Mountaineers are going to push him backwards, but he'll get forward progress and still deep in Warrior territory right there.
It's a good kick by Vance.
His senior year, 6 foot, 180 pounds. Two minutes, 8 seconds here to go in his first quarter. Only 2 quarters of action tonight.
Got a whole new referee crew ready to come on. I bet they're going to come in the second half. Standing down there in the end zone. I don't know if you can see them.
They also look like they got a tight end in.
Yep, tight end, one back.
No, they got two backs.
Yeah, that I formation.
Oh, ball's on the
Fumble.
ground. Mountaineers try to get onto it. I don't know if they're going to come up with it or not. We're waiting for the white hat.
They got it. That was a pro set. They had a tight end and an I formation. I love that formation because that's Drew. You would know this too because that's what when you and I came through. That's about what everybody ran. They ran that or they ran a veer. I love the power. I love the I, but teams don't run that anymore.
Well, it's all about personnel.
It
You've
is.
got to have the right personnel to run that type of offense.
That is correct.
You know, I think a lot of it too is it's gotten to where a lot of football has become like a lot of motion and moving and just like you don't see a lot of teams run triple option. So like South Point does. It's not fancy, but it works if you're good at it.
Well, when it does work, it's beautiful to watch.
I agree.
Oh, it's poetry in motion, boys. It's poetry in motion. Run the ball. Pound the rock.
So timeout called on the field for
West
the
Iredell.
Warriors.
Want to take a break?
We'll take a break. We'll come back. More Mountaineer football after this. Stay with us. Don't go anywhere.
KMHS Sports is brought to you by Pinpoint Fence, the Kings Mountain Optimist, M&T Plumbing, TC Mechanical, The Gutter Guys, and Butler Outdoor Design.
Back here at John Gamble Stadium, Drew Fulton, Cooper Short, Craig Short, ready for the other shorties to join us, the shorty crew.
Taking the last one to Wilmington tomorrow to put him in college. Run up in there.
Right up the middle,
He's
going to get
in.
all the way in.
Look, a nice
Touchdown,
beautiful
Mountaineers.
power play.
Never stopped running, and he didn't. He was right up in there.
Yeah.
Love some power football. Block down, a kick, a wrap, a handoff. Glide into the painted area of the field. Love to see it.
You know, I like Dry runs behind his pads very well. He's got good vision. You could tell he is an experienced running back. I mean, that's an obvious statement. Talked about his stats. So he's Northwest Cabarrus, but he's just a hard-nosed runner right there. Good-looking run.
Vance Johnson gets ready to tee it up again. Ball's down, ball's up. And looks good to me. Mountaineers will put on one more. We'll take a break. Stay with us. More Mountaineer football to come right after this.
KMHS Sports is brought to you by Christie Sellers with Allen Tate Realtors, JWH Contracting, Carter Bank and Trust, John Gamble and Carolina Golf, The Venue at Turkey Ridge, Butler Tire and Auto Service,
Back here at John Gamble Stadium, Mountaineers put up another 7 on the board, 14-0 here in the first quarter. And once again, 2 quarters of action for this scrimmage. Vance Johnson gets ready to tee it up one more time.
Pooch kick.
To the 15.
Short around the 15 up to the 20. He's got some running room to the 30, 40. Vance Johnson's going to try to throw him out of bounds, but
and
doesn't.
It's a house call.
And he's all the way, unless there's any laundry on the field, I don't see any. That's 6 for the Warriors. Just a coverage breakdown.
Yeah, we overran it. I don't know if he just miskicked it. He got it high, it looked like a pooch, but he could have also just missed it, but we didn't cover well.
He also made a good decision of just going vertical now. You know, a lot of guys will try to go lateral with that, and he just made his decision, stuck with it, and you make one little half step trying to course correct, and he was moving downhill, man. Kid's got some wheels.
So the Mountaineers run some more defensive players on there. Is up.
Blocked extra point.
Blocked extra point. So
snap was a little
no
low.
Extra point. We'll step away. We'll take a break. More football to come. Stay with us. We'll be right back after this.
KMHS Sports is brought to you by Christy Sellers with Allen Tate Realtors, JWH Contracting, Carter Bank and Trust, John Gamble and Carolina Golf, The Venue at Turkey Ridge, Butler Tire and Auto Service.
Mountaineers still lead at 14-6 here in this first quarter. This first quarter's been it's been lengthy. Warriors get ready to kick it off.
I guess this is the first time we've seen them kick, isn't it?
It is.
On punt team, they run kind of an ultra spread punt. They've got guys kind of spanned sideline to sideline. Almost looks like a kickoff coverage team. I'll be curious to see. Looks like they're lined up 4 and 6 on kickoff. I think in high school you can only do that maximally. I don't think you can do any more than that.
What, 4 and 6?
Yeah, I don't think you can go 7 and 3.
You can't.
So short kick, going to pick it up around the 23, make a move or two, crosses the 25 up to cross the 30.
Isaiah Branch on the return. Got us some good return yards.
It was a good heads-up play. You always want to get hands on it. To kick it short like that, most important thing is that you actually possess the ball first.
I agree with that, Coop, and that's what people don't realize. That's tough to do sometimes. You got to first worry about fielding the ball, and then to have the wherewithal to get around and try to make something out of it.
Yeah, because breaking news, footballs are not round.
Correct.
They're oblong. They don't always bounce straight, 20 personnel for us, fullback in the back, doubles to the field.
Bell gets the ball, fakes the handoff, rolls to the outside, looking deep on this one for Xavier, but no good, out of bounds. Bring up a 2nd and 10.
Flag on the play.
Yeah, if there was a little bit extracurricular, I think.
And now they're arguing, so we got us another one.
Sam Bryson took offense to the guy hitting his quarterback a little late, and he shoved a West Iredell guy, which I can understand that. And the referee sent him to the sideline after flagging him. And then a couple of our guys, I think, said something to the white hat that he didn't like, and he flagged him. So I think now KJ's got to come out. Now he's going back in. It might not be, I don't think they're being thrown out. I think he just sent them to the sideline to calm them down. They got to understand they play with their pads and not with their mouth, but it is an emotional game.
Especially for you.
Yeah.
You get a little bit too emotional sometimes.
I do. Get a little misty-eyed every once in a while. Yeah. Coach Aaron's straightening them out.
Well, while we're waiting on that, let's take a break real quick. We've got more football to come. Stay with us.
KMHS Sports is brought to you by Innovative Pool Design, Long Branch Land and Water, Brittany Austin and Company, Carolina Elite Plumbing Services, Brad Moffitt with Carolina Chiropractic, and Flooring America.
Signal, so I would say, I mean, that's technically 2 unsportsmanlikes.
Should be half the distance. That one should be half the distance. It should not be all the way back.
So they'll throw the Mountaineers way back in their own territory. Now, how can you go all the way to the 1 yard line? Can one of those calls not be half the distance?
It should have been, because the 15 would have put it on the 15. The first one, and so it should have been half a distance, but he knocked off 30. So
Terry Prince, comment down below. Should that have been half the distance?
Quick handoff. Bell's out of the game. He'll get stopped right at the goal line.
Saw
Slung
some
to
lightning
the
strikes,
ground.
boys.
3rd down. Believe me, if that lightning alarm goes off, you'll know it.
yeah, you can hear it at my house.
No, I just come down here and do that to irritate you.
So you're the one. Been a long quarter. There's still a minute left.
3rd down on the 1 yard line. KJ Bell gets to go back in this time. He's going to drop in his own end zone. Tries to throw it out, gets it across the 10, 15, 20. Gets a big return there and gets them out of the hole a little bit. Brings up a 4th down, but at least they're not kicking out of their end zone.
Correct. Terry just confirmed that should have only been half the distance instead of a 30-yard penalty.
So 1 complete 15
Yes.
and 1 half the distance.
Yes.
See, I knew better than that.
Really good. That's right.
And I didn't have any schooling.
What's impressive is that you and Terry both went to Bessemer City, and you knew that. So there you go.
No, he went to Bessemer City.
I thought no, you went here. You coached there. Sorry,
I coached
I
a little bit
apologize.
at Bessemer City.
Good snap. Good kick
Great
by Vance.
Great kick, all the way to 36.
Coverage
He'll
looks
make a
okay,
dance
got him
move
pinned up.
across the 50. He's still got some running room. Loses the ball, but it goes out of bounds, so it won't make a difference. Horn blows. We'll go to 2nd quarter, and the Warriors will take over from their own, from the Mountaineer 45-yard line. Let's step away. We'll be back with more Mountaineer football to come right after this.
KMHS Sports is brought to you by Pinpoint Fence, the Kings Mountain Optimist, M&T Plumbing, TC Mechanical, The Gutter Guys, and Butler Outdoor Design. KMHS Sports is brought to you by Christie Sellers with Allen Tate Realtors, JWH Contracting, Carter Bank and Trust, John Gamble and Carolina Golf, The Venue at Turkey Ridge, Butler Tire and Auto Service.
Mountaineer football live from John Gamble Stadium. Scrimmage number 2 for the Mountaineers. Mountaineers and the Warriors tonight. Another 12 minutes goes on the board. Mountaineers up 14-6.
Really wish we had jersey numbers for the West Iredell Warriors, because the kid that's returning kicks for them is a special player, man. He's making really good decisions to just go north to south, and he's doing a really good job of getting downhill. Love watching guys play football like that. It's good stuff.
Cooper, your reaction as to what you saw in the first quarter for the Mountaineers?
We're doing a really good job on defense of keeping everything in front of us and exactly as it was designed to be held according to our gaps. I mean, even in the JV game, or the JV scrimmage, anything they want to try to do outside the tackles, we pretty much got it hemmed up. Seems like DBs are where they need to be pretty much at all times defensively. Offense seems to be really clicking in the passing game, and we've had a couple of pretty significant throws that would have been big gains if there was just a little bit of step here down on a power play, kind of textbook block down kick wrap. Inside zone seems to be a little bit of a thing we need to try to figure out, because they seem to have a little bit of this bandit robber that's kind of hanging out to the field, which normally you have those guys hanging out to the boundary, and so we're trying to kind of get to him in order to have some success there. But overall, man, special teams looks pretty crisp as well. I think it's pretty good for scrimmage number 2. Let's put it that way.
Only miscue coming from special teams on kick coverage.
Yeah, I saw the whatever the signal is where you put the hand on the forearm and do the push, block in the back. Is that what that call is?
Yep.
Saw a couple of those at the quarter change.
So, do the officials not know exactly where we're supposed to be doing here?
I don't think they marked it before they called before they moved the chains in the box and made the penalty. And by the way, we are not outside. That's not the wind you hear in our microphones. It's the fans behind us. Sounds like we're in a wind tunnel.
I could turn it off.
Absolutely not.
So Mountaineer defense get another shot at it. 1st and 10 for the Warriors, 42-yard line.
Coach Herron is trying to straighten them out, because I don't think the ball is marked correctly based on where the return was and the penalty. They didn't mark it off correctly, but I'm telling you, like Drew said, they didn't mark it correctly to begin with.
Now, is this the new crew?
No, they're still down there behind the field goal post.
So they're just waiting for this ball to go and play, I guess.
Maybe. I thought they would come in right there.
I would have thought so, too.
Yeah.
Maybe it's all an elaborate ruse and there really is only one set. Maybe they want us to think that they're coming in to kind of give us some sort of anticipation for the rest of the evening.
Maybe so, Coop. I just heard the white hat yell at Coach Short and say that they marked it off before the quarter ended.
Right up the middle.
Which I'm not sure about.
Nowhere to go. Mountaineers pushing back. They'll give them -1, so 2nd and 11 for the Warriors.
he ran right into Samaj.
There was nowhere to go.
No.
You know, we were talking about the left tackle earlier, the kid that looks very imposing from the box. They seem to be favoring his side a lot. It seems like they want to try to run left often.
Wouldn't you?
Oh, yeah, for sure. But now look at how quickly they've gotten out of I formation. They got trips over here to the field. They got one back, other side. Bubble screen.
Quarterback scrambling, looking for a receiver. He's going to keep it himself. And just a missed tackle. He might get 9 out of it. Actually 10. Still a little bit of pushing on the field. I think it was going to be against them, but it might be offsetting now.
They always get the second guy.
I actually thought our guy was trying to walk away. It was Jordan Littlejohn. It looked like to me he was, in getting up from it, it looked to me like he was, but he also could have been saying something.
Now see, Cooper, if I had my binoculars, I could
That's
see what that referee was
saying. That's
true.
That's very true. Yeah, it almost looked like to me at the end of that play right there, I think our guys on defense weren't sure if they needed to hit the QB.
Yeah.
That's kind of what that looked like to me.
I think so too.
Because Tex was right there pretty much the whole time, and I think he was kind of trying not to hit their quarterback, which makes sense. I mean, the kid's in the yellow jersey, I probably would have done the same thing.
I was going to say, Cooper, to your point, a lot of times, you know, if a quarterback in a scrimmage, if a quarterback breaks one, they blow it dead.
Yeah, usually
they don't.
Yeah.
They usually don't let a quarterback run. in scrimmages for chances of somebody getting hurt.
And after that last penalty, Coach Herron has decided he's going to take a team meeting, and we can only imagine probably what he's talking about. I bet I could take some accurate guesses.
I think I could too.
Well, whatever it is heated. Let's step away. We'll be right back. More Mountaineer football to come right after this.
KMHS Sports is brought to you by Innovative Pool Design, Long Branch Land and Water, Brittany Austin and Company, Carolina Elite Plumbing Services, Brad Moffitt with Carolina Chiropractic, and Flooring America.
Back here live at John Gamble Stadium. Getting ready for play to resume. Third and short, 3rd and 1 yard line.
20 personnel. They've got an H-back to the boundary. Running back same side. Quick toss.
Pitch out to the left side. He's going to cross over, get the first down.
That's a good play.
Move the sticks and pick up about 5 extra. So 1st and down, 1st and 10 for the Warriors.
I don't particularly remember from the JV scrimmage if they were running that out of that formation, but they do really like that quick toss to the outside. And as you can see there, you find the right gap at the right time. 6-7 yard pickup. Love to see it.
So did we get a injury timeout?
Yeah, it looks like Tavion Byers. I think I saw a number 1 on the jersey.
Yep.
Freshman. Seem to be limping a little bit.
So we'll step away. Stay with us. More Mountaineer football after this.
KMHS Sports is brought to you by Pinpoint Fence, the Kings Mountain Optimist, M&T Plumbing, TC Mechanical, The Gutter Guys, and Butler Outdoor Design.
Back here live at John Gamble Stadium. Still with Byers down, far side of the field. They're helping him off. He's limping. So we'll pray for that young man. Hopefully it's nothing serious. Maybe just a twisted ankle. But he's in good hands. So who's carrying him off?
Ted Trahan and Dr. Carley. A couple of Kings Mountain athletic goats there. Short for greatest of all times.
All right, 1st and 10. 44-yard line. Lightning in the background. No alarms yet to go off. Over on the left side, he's got some blockers. Mountaineers giving chase. He'll pick up maybe 12 yards on the carry. Another 1st down. So right now the Warriors have been able to move the ball with student body right, student body left.
Yeah, they're having some
success. Well, it's been student body right the whole time.
They're definitely having some success right there, so they're probably going to keep going at that. I'm hoping the Weather Channel's accurate, Drew. When you said that, a little, it's like everything's south of us.
Same formation. I wonder if they run the same play.
That was false start.
They did. They ran counter to the same side.
Yep. Texas in their own defense now, by the way.
William Vaughn.
Yep. I thought they had a false start myself at the top receiver.
Big 4-yard loss. Big 2nd down. Let's see if they choose to go back up to the air.
Looks like they got an H-back to the field.
So it's
two receivers of the field.
Technically trips.
Fakes the handoff. Quarterback rolls out to his right. Looks for somebody to throw it to.
Did he intercept that? No.
I think they're going to say he was out of bounds.
He's out of bounds. He
so
called.
It brings up third down.
Tex called it. Didn't get a foot down in bounds.
West Iredell travels to East Burke next week. Burke County Cavaliers, right? Are they the Cavaliers?
Yes, they are.
That is correct.
They have an enormous stadium.
Enormous.
Yeah, it used to be when they played Freedom. Used to be just them and Freedom in Burke County. That was Fat Friday every year they played.
Shout out JD Smokehouse right up the road.
Amen.
Maybe the best barbecue in North Carolina. Quote me.
Third and long, back to throw again. He's got pretty good protection. Just looking for a receiver. Mountaineers are going to close in on him, pick up maybe 3, and bring up a 4th down. So unless they've got a really long field goal kicker, I would imagine they'll go for it right here.
Yeah, and why not? I mean, it is a scrimmage. I wouldn't go for a field goal. I would definitely put in something that I thought I could run and have some success with.
I mean, if you had a kicker
Sure.
and wanted to practice, this is
Definitely
great live
yes,
action.
Yes.
But what I've seen so far from their kicking game, I don't think they've got the kicker
No, I
to
don't
do
either.
it. So
I saw that, Drew, right over there, even though it said it's south of us. I think they're about to call it because I heard Coach Cruz over here. He just got an indicator on his phone.
Trips to the field, single back,
man in motion.
orbit motion.
Back to throw. Going to be under pressure. They're trying to get to him, and they'll pull him down around the 30-yard line. Looks like Jarrett on the stop for the Mountaineers. So 1st and 10 going the other way. I don't know how close the Lightning is, but maybe we'll get some offense in here before it gets any closer. 8 minutes and ticking here in his second quarter. Bell changing protection.
Split back for us.
3 receivers set right up the middle. They'll pick up maybe 3 yards on the carry. 2nd and 7.
A little bit of movement on us, I think. Got a little too excited.
You'll have that, especially on those big jobs.
We're going to go off the field.
I do believe so.
Yeah, we are.
I think Tex wants to play.
Yeah.
Yep, that's it. So that's 30 minutes. Now, I don't know if they will wait to try to finish this or not. We'll see what they do here.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are in a lightning delay at this time. We are in a lightning delay at this time. Please make your way to your vehicles. We are in a lightning delay.
So while they sort that out, let's take a break. We'll be back. More Mountaineer football to come. Don't go anywhere.
KMHS Sports is brought to you by Pinpoint Fence, the Kings Mountain Optimist, M&T Plumbing, TC Mechanical, The Gutter Guys, and Butler Outdoor Design. KMHS Sports is brought to you by Christie Sellers with Allen Tate Realtors, JWH Contracting, Carter Bank and Trust, John Gamble and Carolina Golf, The Venue at Turkey Ridge, Butler Tire and Auto Service. KMHS Sports is brought to you by Innovative Pool Design, Long Branch Land and Water, Brittany Austin and Company, Carolina Elite Plumbing Services, Brad Moffitt with Carolina Chiropractic, and Flooring America.
Here at Mountaineer Stadium, John Gamble Stadium, Mountaineer football, playing the Warriors, this second scrimmage, getting ready for the opening week next week. Shelby, we are currently under a 25-minute lightning delay. They said lightning within 8 hours, 8 miles. So they had to clear the field, clear the stands, but they do intend on trying to finish this scrimmage if everything works out. Of course, if they get another lightning strike, that restarts the counter. So we'll wait and see what happens. We're going to, me and the Shorts, we're going to step away. We'll keep the, we'll keep you right here under this lightning delay. Just stay with us. Well, I changed what I said. That they're going to go ahead and call that scrimmage. Mountaineers win it 14-6 in a scrimmage. Guys, just quick impressions about what we've seen, what we didn't see, what we'd like to see more of.
Well, I think we move the ball well at times. I think we're still learning our offense. We're still showing our youth at times. I thought Dry ran the ball extremely well. It looked like our offensive line settled down a little better. We've got to get the mistakes under more control. We've got to play with emotion, but we've got to play with the right type of emotion. One of the things I noticed, I'm sure Coach Aaron will clean that up this week, and the other coaches, we can't let our emotions get out of hand to where we let it affect how we play. But overall, I think the defense flew around, looked really, really good again. We caused West Iredell all kinds of problems. You take away the kickoff return for the score that they had, and we played basically a perfect game.
Your assessment, Cooper?
I think in general, man, we looked really ready to play. You usually expect when you have scrimmages like this, you expect little ticky-tack things to go wrong. You expect drop passes, you expect fumbles, you expect false starts. And for the most part, we didn't really have much of that, man. We looked kind of ready to play football. Lots of little things you got to get fixed, some scheme things you got to get fixed. But, you know, I can't imagine that you do a week's worth of film study on a team like this, and so some of that could just be some scheme getting tightened up. Looks like defense is ready to get there. Looks like people are flying around to the ball. Looks like we got a lot of guys that are contributing. Special teams, I thought, looked great for what little bit they had to do. Coverage looked pretty solid. So, yeah, I would say seeing as we are on the precipice of the season, they look like they're ready to play the regular season.
Well, they were ready to finish this tonight.
That's right.
But you know, better safe than sorry, I guess.
I agree, and I think part of that too, Drew, is
if it was a conference game and stuff riding on it, it'd be completely different. We'd be here till midnight.
Yeah, I agree with that, and I also think that coach is taking that into consideration with them having to travel an hour, and you wait another 30 minutes. You're talking getting started back at 9 o'clock, and then you've got to play basically the whole second quarter was left. So, well, I won't say the whole, but I mean a good bit of it. So that was probably the right call.
Well, guys, thank you so much for joining me. I'm Drew Fulton along with Craig Cooper Short. Thank you so much for tuning in to KMHS Sports. We've got coming up Friday night here at home. Please come out and see your Mountaineers play. They'll host the Shelby Golden Lions Battle of Buffalo Creek. Should be a great atmosphere. First 500 through the gate gets a free rally towel. We've got free T-shirts we'll be launching to the fans, and of course the student session games. Great hot dogs, great drinks. Come out and get you a Diet Sundrop. They got Diet Sundrop here.
Diet Sundrop.
Bottled Diet Sundrop with the white caps, Drew. Never forget.
So we got that happening. So it's going to be a great time here in John Gamble Stadium. If you can't, out of town or whatever, we will be here with bells on to bring you whistle-to-whistle coverage of Mountaineer football. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a great time this weekend. Make sure you go to church Sunday. And, guys, we'll see you next week.
Let's do it.
Sounds good.
KMHS Sports is brought to you by Christy Sellers with Allen Tate Realtors, JWH Contracting, Carter Bank and Trust, John Gamble and Carolina Golf, The Venue at Turkey Ridge, Butler Tire and Auto Service, KMHS Sports is brought to you by Innovative Pool Design, Long Branch Land and Water, Brittany Austin and Company, Carolina Elite Plumbing Services, Brad Moffitt with Carolina Chiropractic, and Flooring America. KMHS Sports is brought to you by Pinpoint Fence, the Kings Mountain Optimist, M&T Plumbing, TC Mechanical, The Gutter Guys, and Butler Outdoor Design. This has been a presentation of KMHS Sports and the Kings Mountain Touchdown Club.